Hi, I'm Scott with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at and installing our Pace Edwards SwitchBlade for our 2021 Ford F-350 Super Duty. Our SwitchBlade tonneau cover is going to be a hard retractable tonneau cover for our 8-foot bed on our F-350 here. It's going to be really easy to operate. All you really do is you just push these two little switches together here, those together, then you can bring your tonneau cover forward. And then whenever you're ready to close it back up, we have our strap here. Just give it a pull it all the way back, and it's going to automatically lock into position. The SwitchBlade tonneau cover is going to have a vinyl coated aluminum, and it has little aluminum panels in here with a vinyl covering over it. It sits really flush with the bed, so it has a really good look to it. It's going to add a lot of security and weather protection to the stuff that you put in the back. That's what I really like about it. And I like the fact that when you do roll this up all the way, it's not going to block your bed off at all. And it's not going to, like some tonneau covers will fold up and you'll have them up here, so it kind of blocks some of your vision in the back window. This one will roll all the way up and hide inside the canister here, out of the way. With the tonneau cover all retracted, it's only going to take up a couple feet of space back here, so you still have a whole bunch of room, open air area where you can put whatever you need in the back of your truck. That's what I really like about this one, is it kind of gets out of the way so you can still use your truck like a truck. Installation for the SwitchBlade tonneau cover is pretty straightforward. There's no drilling, and it's really not too hard to do. You can get it done with some simple hand tools. If it's something you really don't want to mess with, you can always take a look at our dealer locator to have one installed locally. Or if you feel like doing it yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we're going to want to figure out where we're going to get our drain tubes to lead to. So in our kit, we do have little panels for our F-350. Now, if you do have some bed liner on here, you're going to have to pull this out and kind of cut your bed liner back carefully. You can use a utility knife or pocket knife or anything like that. You just want to get it separated from the panel that's on there from the factory. Now with that out of the way, you can pop in the panel that came in your kit. You may have to push kind of hard because it does have a rubber seal. So just kind of push hard and it should click into place for you. And with your little panels put in on both sides, then you can take your tubes and get your tubes ran down. Just kind of wiggle around so you get them to go through. And we'll do that on both sides. Now we can get our canister put in place. We just took our pull strap and wrapped it around and through. And we're just going to be able to pick it up that way easier because it can be a little bit awkward. Now that we have our canister in place, what we'll do is we'll just get our tubes popped in place as well. You're going to have slots for these tubes that go up in there. If you just push up on your tube and turn it, you'll be able to kind of lock it in place a little bit. Now we'll get our rails installed. Each one of them are going to be marked right and left. So you're going to want to take the left one and use that on your driver's side. You're going to have an end here that has a little bumper. That's going to go towards your tailgate. And your open end that you have is going to go towards the cab and slide up to your canister. Now you just want to line up, get your seal out of the way here, and get it lined up with your cover itself. When you get it this far, you may have to pull your cover here over to get it to go past this tab, and then you can slide it the rest of the way forward. And now you'll just want to line up your hole here up into the top of your canister. And just get a few threads started there. Then you can take your 7/16 ratchet and socket and go ahead and tighten that up. And with that, you just want to get it snug down. In our kit, we're going to have this strip, this weather strip, and it's going to be a double stick. So what we want to do is just kind of clean that off with some alcohol where it's going to stick. You're going to want to put it on here as close to the back as you can, all the way across up to here. What I like to do is clean it with some alcohol. That way it'll stick down really good. And with it cut to length, we'll just pull off our paper backer here and get it put in place. And if you have a little extra, you can just trim it off. Now we'll get our cover put in place. We're going to have it where it says cab side here, so we want that facing the back of the bed here. And just get it lined up with your screw holes. With them lined up, just drop in your screws. Now with the Phillips screwdriver, just go ahead and start getting them tightened down. I leave them all a little bit loose until I get them all started. That way you can get them all lined up. Then after you get them all started, then you can go back and tighten them all down. On your rail here, you're going to have a little indentation. You're going to take this part of your bracket, and you're going to get it in the back of that indentation and line it up with that slot. And once you do that, that's going to allow you to slide it forward toward the front of the cab here. And that'll get that in place. Now with this part of your bracket, it's going to go right onto, you want this little end to go up inside the bed. And this part will slide right onto that part there. Now you'll take your wing, a washer, and the barrel portion that you have in your kit, and that'll fit right in the slot in the back of your bracket here. Just bring that together. Now this part can be a little tricky, but once you get it held in place and you get it to start, you'll be in good shape. And once you get it started, just keep it held in place until it starts to get a little tension on it. And then just go ahead and get it snugged down. And you'll do the same to the other side and the back. Now that we have all of our brackets in place, we'll get our kickstand set up here. And what this is going to do is just get our rails to come up where we want them, get them nice and level on both sides. So now the same with our brackets, there's going to be a slot. We'll be able to pop those in there. And we'll do just like we did with our brackets. Find our slot and get it to pop in. And slide it all the way over. You want to get it in a spot where you have the flat of the bed there so you don't have it up against any angles or anything like that. Now we'll take this part of our kit and our kickstand and we'll just get it slid on to the end of our bracket here and get it put in place where we want it. Now we can take our hardware, our flat washer, lock washer, and our wing nut. Once we get that far, we'll just take our kickstand and get it put up against the flat here. Just want to get it kind of snugged down for now, just so we get it good and flat and get it held in place. Now we can tighten up our wing nut. Now to adjust it, you just want to look from the back here and you can turn the little dial. And that's going to allow you to bring up the end of your rail and get it leveled out where you want it. Underneath our rail here, we're going to install this hook and loop. That's going to allow our pole to be able to be put right there so you have access to it. Now with everything put on, we can go ahead and test it out. And it will seem a little hard to pull at first, but once it gets broken in, that's going to loosen up a little bit. Also, we do have some lubricant that we will wipe on the seals, and that's going to help get rid of some of that friction. And with the seals all lubed up, that'll do it for a look at our Pace Edwards Switchblade for our 2021 Ford F-350 Super Duty.